go to something more intriguing, such as Soulframe. Train. I mean frame. Frame, not train. Frame.
One frame.
Soulframe.
One frame.
So
what's this Soulframe? This is supposed to be a prelude to Warframe, right?
Yeah.
Or not prelude. Before
the ripoff version.
I don't think it's really part of the universe. Honestly, I think it's a separate.
Wow.
That's what I was thinking too. Like it's got its own
It
thing.
doesn't seem.
I haven't looked too much into it on the back lore.
Yeah.
I don't really want to, because it keeps me on the outside. Because if I start looking too much into it, then I start going down more pathways I don't want to. Okay, so we can look at some nice gameplay for this. Yeah, I knew it. I know you guys like the gameplay, right?
I do like
gameplay.
My Soulframe gameplay.
You like
I
your
want this
Soulframe?
game, man. I want it to be good. I love playing Warframe, but I was just complaining the entire time. Like, it doesn't have melee.
It's just when you do stuff, it just takes forever to do stuff. It takes days, if not weeks. Everything else is cool. I like the movement. It's just that missions take forever. Like I couldn't get to the outer ring without these stuff that took 2 weeks to build.
They did have that time where you had to. It took too long. It took so long to build, right?
Yeah, that was the thing.
I totally forgot that was the thing.
That's what made me not want to play the game anymore.
If you want to build a Warframe, it's guaranteed 2 days of building it.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So we have Soulframe here.
Soulframe.
Let's see if this game's gonna be any good.
By Odin Rain, this beast we claim.
We claim a beast. Huh, that looked like me this morning.
Surrounded by animals sleeping outside.
Yeah, more like sleeping in a very awkward position.
Okay.
Dreams, their meaning like a river, curving beyond sight. Yes, that is a good title.
We have a Shakespeare Ghost. All right.
Goes.
Nice.
I always thought of him as a Flying Dutchman just because of the hat.
Flying Dutchman. Okay, I like that. We're running through the woods.
Turn it up, Dean. This is blind level.
Okay, we got a nice path here.
Sorry for let's crank this up.
Sinecure, mercenaries of the Synod above. If there exists a soulless creature, one need only look skyward.
I will say,
amazing.
say it again.
The graphics in this game just look amazing.
It's really good.
It's very fluid.
Oh, it's so good.
The sky.
The thing, yeah. So you have the sky. Is this supposed to be foggy or?
Yeah.
I think it's.
I can't tell if it's
foggy,
supposed to be
dusty,
like
smoky.
mist.
I think it's foggy and smoky. I think it's
You see like
because
how
it's on fire.
Yeah.
There is also a lot
see how
of
it's
glare.
fire. You see the glare and how it crosses out like that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of trying to figure out: is this supposed to be this kind of area?
Or it could be the way he's looking with his camera.
Which is fine, but I mean, as you look at the light coming in, it does make everything kind of hard to see.
I don't think it'll look like this particular. I think it's just to hype it.
I mean, that's fine. I'm just kind of observing, not
right,
not
It could just be
critiquing.
the way they angled the camera.
Well, it's been like that the entire time, so I'm not sure.
I
It could be
noticed
just it could be like, does the sun play some type of role in how things look depending on the angle? Does the sun rotate? Does it change night and day?
That'd be awesome.
I think it
It's
changes
just
night
questions.
and day. I think that would just make sense.
Actually, go off an environment.
Sword?
Whoa.
Sword retracts.
Oh, wait a second. Hold on. We can chunk swords and then recall them.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's like my swords have loyalty, huh?
Oh yeah.
So is this guy a Jedi?
No, he's got a magical arm.
I feel like this guy's a Jedi.
No, he's got a magical arm.
This is Soulframe, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just checking. But he's
Yeah,
it feels
Soulframe, the Last Jedi.
He's just got a magical
Shit.
Stay
All
here
right, so
for
now
the
we're,
week.
we're about, all right, so I'm about to have combat. Although this sword sounds like it's clay, not freaking steel. But okay.
Yeah.
I mean, also missing the tip.
Okay, good block. Uh-oh. That's cool. I'll just...
That's cool.
Wait, go back a second.
Birdie turns into stone, and
Does that slow motion apply to
What?
everyone?
What
No,
is
it's not
that
stone.
swing? God, okay.
Just down right, just
Hang on, I'm trying to visualize this. So you're gonna swing. That
play it
doesn't.
again. Play it again.
That doesn't seem as natural. Like I don't. So throw the blade, bounces off. We got to recall it. All right. Then a spell of some sort.
He one-handed went from his bottom left, curled, threw it out, and then curled to the opposite end.
That would
So
look
yeah.
like-
So what? So what's happening is that he's doing it one-handed, and then turns into two-handed. Like, see, he has his hand off of it. That's why.
like
That's why it
terrible.
looks off. So he's doing it one hand.
It's
And
like
then as he
folding
comes
himself in a
through-
pretzel.
So as he comes through, then he grabs it with his other hand and swings through. Like that's why it looks odd. I don't. Why is he doing it one-handed if he's going to end it with two?
Yeah, he's
You
just
wanna-
losing.
it-
There's no
it's
power.
that's so backwards. You start with two to finish with one because your other arm's not gonna reach. Like
Well, okay. My thing is like choose. Is it going to be one or is it going to be two?
exactly.
My thing is if you're loading up like that, you're not loading up one-handed. You're loading up two, and you're going to swing the out of this. Like if you're going to load up like that, if you're just loading up one-handed, it just, I don't know. That's what threw me off. It's nothing bad or anything like that. But it is throwing me off on that animation. I think that's a slight oversight.
Give me a hand, would you? That's it. Oh, by sons of... We waited to get that out for days. Oh. You were looking for that monstered up stag, I bet.
It's an interesting voice.
I love his voice.
He actually talks.
No,
It's such
nothing
good voice
really.
acting.
Just how it lives in a secrecy glade hidden by ancient magics and how to find said secrecy glade and disenchant said ancient magic. A few
Okay.
tracks and I'm an open scroll.
What? I'm so
Drax is
confused.
currency.
Big legs? I get it. Your problem is from the ground, the glade's all puckered up. You need the right totem to tickle it open. Lucky for you, I've got one stashed down in Durmac. Simple as you going down there and fetching it.
Yeah, that's the correct response.
Might be you use this.
Bye.
One of
Yeah, I
those
like it.
talky ode things. On
We're
the
talking
patch,
to this.
my tree.
All right, so it looks like he gives us a potion.
No, he gave you a little thing on the side that's a little talking thing.
Sprout
Okay.
folk live headless for years. In my treatise, Capricious Crops, I surmise
We're in
their
like a dream?
thoughts-
I think it's another run.
Ah, well, if the pensives had any sense, they'd have published it.
I think it looks like
Okay.
a dojo.
So this is like kind of like our Lisette, isn't it? This is the Nightfold, and it's on the Silvern Sea, which is the lake of our ancestors. So as we play the game and adventure through the Isle of Midrath, we will find the souls of our legendary ancestors and bring them here and build a village. So
That
Oh.
part I liked. I
sounds
really
pretty
like
cool.
that part. You go through the story, and each one of the little dudes just tags along in your little soul space.
Okay, so this is kind of like our wow,
I'd say
I'm
safe state.
losing.
Dojo.
Yeah, like
Warframe.
progression.
Yeah, like
your trophy room, I guess.
would you say it's a trophy room? As if it's like
I
just
would-
collecting and putting there, or is it
Still
more of just like your home base?
Home base. I think home base is probably best because he said a village, so I assume you're gonna be able to like purchase things off them or learn
Or do
techniques because
something?
they're your ancestors.
Or village just by design, looks,
Yeah, but if
feel.
it's your ancestors, they'd be able to tell you things about your, you.
Yeah, tell you stories, not like
Not stories, tell you
helpful
how they
stuff.
use the power that you have. Or maybe they didn't have that power. But I assume they did.
Oh.
Hey,
Not much to go off of, but
No.
okay.
We'll just real quickly talk about over the UI a bit, Joey, and then I'll shut up for the rest.
Well, the UI, that's
We're
I like going
making
over
more of a role-playing game this time. So it is based on the three virtues of courage, spirit, and grace. And these will be your way of customizing your envoy to your liking and your play style. And then beyond that would be your pact. So if you go to the pact, which is not that, but that's fine. Oh yeah, let's show off some of the different looks. Yeah, I like it. I like
okay.
it. Yeah. Lots of cool armors that you'll get. Yeah. Yep. And take out. Oh yeah, you got some helmets. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Joey's flexing his account on me right now. Yeah. So in Soulframe, rather than changing your Warframe, you are going to just change. Every game needs a magic arm, I assume. So that's what we have here. And you will be changing your pact, which is with the omen beasts that are in the lands that you find yourself in. And we're probably going to do the Ode Tempest for this one. Yes, thank you. And then lastly, a big important part of the game is awakening your connection to ancestors. The Ode, which are the gods from the sky, have cast a spell song on the people of Alka and taken away their memories and their culture and their history, and it's up to us to remind them. So we have to seek out our ancestors, and they become, in essence, the ways we customize our skills. So you can see, for example, Orlick, who has his baby on his shoulder that he talks to. I don't know if it's a real baby or not. Is great at Arcanic, and so we can equip that. But anyway, let's continue in the demo. And
So they're basic
Okay.
boosters.
Boosters?
Boosters to yourself, yeah.
No, I feel like that's skill tree points.
Yeah.
Okay, then it's probably a better terminology then.
That more like feels like what these souls thing. So from right here we have blades, archery, athletics, and arcanic.
Okay, I don't
Or
understand the
Arcanic.
whole arm thing.
What do you mean?
Like, does each person have the same arm? Like, is there really no customization to it, or
What do you mean arm?
like the
Like the
arm's basically your
abilities?
abilities, right?
Yeah.
No,
So
what he
it's-
was switching over there when he's doing the Ode to Tempest and so on and so forth, he
Yeah.
was switching through the available of things that they can and can't do. So basically their abilities. So your Warframe is your armor,
Yeah, that's what
and you can
he was
swap
saying.
armor.
Yeah. So like, is it dependent on like what area you're in? Right? Is what he
No.
said.
No,
There's-
no, you choose.
The way you get them is they're scattered throughout the land that you're in, is what he meant.
Hmm.
That's all. They're not specific.
Eh.
My thing
It's
is that
it's simplistic, and I kind of like it. Like the way everything like is, the way you make yourself stronger, or select your abilities or weapons, or
Yeah.
it's very simple.
well, they wanted to bring up the UI, so I'm looking at the UI.
Yeah.
And we have this old age, medieval-ish,
kinda like it.
cartoonish freaking look. But then
Right.
you have new age avatars in the middle
Yeah.
of it. Similar up here with your name and so on and so forth. Like it's barely scattered up here in the I don't
They're
know. This is like a give and take. I don't mind the look and style of it, but I feel like you need to me personally, I feel like you need to modernize it just a tad in coloration. Not the way it looks, just kind of because it's such a sharp
looks-
contrast.
It's
It
too
doesn't
faded.
feel like it fits.
It's super faded. Like whenever like all the UI, it needs to be a little more bold.
Well, it's just like you see the outside here, right? And then like the avatars, it's just a complete different. They're so they don't
Detail
fit.
is
If these avatars fit more like this,
drawn,
had
and
this
not taking, like, a
art
photo.
style aesthetic, then yeah, it definitely fit along with it because that's the UI. But when you're mixing and matching like this, I don't know. For me, it seems like it's starting to become an eyesore because you're not choosing. You're like, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do this. Whereas if you took this emblem like here with this style and just made it more a modernized look, kept the stylization, kept the ribbons, the so on and so forth, and just kind of made it closer to what this looks like,
Yeah, just change some of
it
the
would fit
colors.
very well.
Not too like much either.
And the thing is like this had it over here. I think they're going to keep it like that, but it's just, I don't know. For me, it's just such a sharp contrast. For me, it feels like they're not picking one side or the other. It's just like there's two different, paths here. One side said they wanted this, and the other side said they wanted this, and they're just splitting it down the middle. It's like they're not choosing which way they're going to go.
Right.
So, which means I think this could probably change. I feel like this is going to change.
The UI, I feel it a little too.
I
Also,
mean,
one
no,
small
I mean-
thing. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
One thing I've noticed is a small thing is that all the little dots are placed right where you're going to be, like where the item is. Sword has a little slot over it where you change your sword. Heart is right on your heart, or your souls anyway. Then you have the arm, which is right above the arm, elixir, so on and so forth.
Oh, that's pretty nice. I like that.
And watch a little bit of co-op action. It'll be a little procedural.
Interesting transition.
I like how you just don't have to go out of the house for that.
Lord Synod, the great stag will be yours come moonrise. You may send your collector.
It looks like we have a friend.
That's another player.
Oh yeah, I should say that because we're an envoy of souls, every location in the game has kind of these wandering souls, and they constitute, I guess you could say, like a fourth spell slot. So we'll see how that works in a moment.
Huh.
Wait, okay.
I didn't fully understand that.
I didn't fully understand it either. I was just wondering if I'm missing something here. So apparently there's extra players with other souls in here, and it acts like a fourth spell slot. So can you change your... Almost sounds like you have a mercenary where you can change. It's the best way I can put it. That's what it sounded like.
Yeah, I don't really know what he meant.
I don't know either. Let's think it's going. Hopefully we can figure it out. Oh, we can break barrels. Nice. Okay, everything has to be foggy and misty apparently.
A relic of
Yeah,
pre-Odin
this whole area is
wars.
foggy and misty
The
underground.
Fire King, Fenjodar, built this place, the Under City of Dermak.
There's just dust everywhere.
The old traps, sharp as ever.
Keep watch. The silent
Okay. Being able to cut traps,
My person didn't block.
but it's not a person.
That is person. This is
It's not
called.
a person.
That is a player.
That is not a player.
That is a player.
No, that's not what it sounded like to me before earlier.
That person in front of them?
Yeah.
That's a player. They said they're going to do a little co-op action.
Okay,
And
okay.
then they switch back to the real world.
That animation.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna sneak up on this guy.
Okay. That was so fast. He just stabs in, pauses, pulls back out, and is ready again. within a
That does
matter of a
not.
second.
Okay, my thing is that did not feel satisfying.
No. I think it'd be more satisfying if, like, they stuck with the whole magic arm thing and stabbed him like 8 times quickly, and then just like that was it.
Okay, so this guy. Okay, for instance, this guy looks like he has armor, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm amazed how swords can just pierce without any armor. And he does go for the midsection. That might be the weakest point, right? My God, that is so quick.
No blood splatter, no like real sounds. It's just
Yeah, no, it's just like booming. And if you're gonna get that close, you're gonna have some animation. You would think, yeah, can we do something else? Maybe there could be like different armors. Do something different. Like, can we not do like?
Can I get like a Call of Duty?
Grab
animation?
his head and slash his throat, or stab him in the side, and then go.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many different things you can do when it comes to a stealth attack like that.
I mean, Call of Duty can do it for a multiplayer game.
Okay. My next thing is that if you're just going to keep with this animation, why is it so? God, I feel janky. I'm sorry. That's the best way I can put it.
I don't know
so,
what was up with that animation.
It's like a quick strike in. Like, okay.
It shouldn't be like that.
I don't know. I just feel like there could be more there.
It's bad. That's rough. That's a very rough point.
That is a spot the armor would stop covering. Depending.
I don't know about that one shot. I don't really like that one shotting. Unless there's a whole horde of them. Then I
Synops
want
Collector is
one.
dispatched. Scar
Well, in
every
other like Dark
yard of
Souls
that
games, you
tomb
have backstab and
prepare
stuff
for
like that. Can do
him.
one shots.
Histories must burn, or more grooves will come.
Just throwing the sword thing like it's a Jedi. I don't know.
It is a big favorite of this player, I will say. It is like
Yeah, I
their
get it.
main attack.
It's nice. Don't get me wrong.
It's very effective, yeah. But I just want to feel it.
We powered up something.
No, you.
With a kick. Big slash. We got skill point. That dude's got a club. That's more like a tree. And
What the?
I don't know.
okay, literally got zapped. One shot.
Didn't even fight.
Sun's ass. Choke me with sludge. The cats are everywhere, huh? I was
favorite
gonna
guy's
show
back.
you the vault, but I'm good here. Just up
Okay.
ahead and left. You can't miss it. Let's see.
I feel
Well, was it
allergies. He doesn't have a
right?
nose.
Yeah, some questions we just need to let go.
There's an old Dendrit belief that waterfalls signify abundance. Dead, and still my bladder haunts.
Joke. The area, if you think it was clay, yeah, most of it would be covered, but I don't know. It depends on how the armor is in this game. It could be where that's a split section where you can get your blade underneath. So I know it's hard to tell. Not enough information. Just gotta work what we got. So now we're running around in what seems like a temple area. Enclosed. We're picking up something. Looks like a big tooth.
Good.
And now we have a bird.
Let your familiar be our guide.
So the birds are familiar.
I suppose, little genius, in a way, you are. Do you feel that, envoy? The air falls heavy here. A disruption in the lay. Old Jotar wanders near.
My mortars raise.
Okay, now we have a fire blade.
I don't know what that is.
So,
Could that be the soul thing they were talking about? Like that fourth ability?
I don't know. Because he said he resides or he's wandering near here, then you see him, and then you take his soul and turn your blade into fire? That's what I got from this.
I don't know.
Because there's not much explanation. We're just taking guesses.
Yeah. It's all just guesswork right now.
Okay.
There's gruel among you. Synod will have me sky wheel till his tribute is lightened. Find the gruel and send them back to the fires of Ka.
Okay, my thing is we keep getting narration from I'm guessing that's the enemy.
All right.
But why are we getting narration from somebody we don't know and we can't see? Like, why are we getting even knowing what she's speaking to anybody else?
Yeah.
No, why is that?
Yeah, I never understood that myself.
Like, is this something that's unexplained? Like, why would we know any of this?
She has no reason to communicate. That whole thing she said was nothing towards the character.
Yes, it's just like she's explaining to her subordinates.
Just let you know that you're coming up to her.
Okay, Fireblade 1 slashes. Okay. Nice. Yep, ding
Fireblade
archers.
1 kicks. Yep, nice.
Kicked him off the side. Something I would do.
I don't like how he slows down at times. Like he just stops, looks, and moves. I get
Well,
to look at
he's-
the scenery, but
He's showing off the gameplay. There's burning effect. That's fine. That's fine.
Kratos, Paul Invader!
Hey, wait, we have an NPC block. NPC can throw stuff. Okay, nice. Do we have to return to her hand like that, or can we just pick it up from the ground?
I think
I'm not assuming anything. Alright. Pretty cool, that's fun.
To feel the flames of Moratu, her arms entwined in sapphire blue. But I cannot.
Okay.
I bet you
So
this
now we
boss-
lost the flame. You think this is a boss room?
I think
There's a
boss
good chance.
I mean, he did have the magical hand touch right after losing all extra
Cool.
buffs.
Oh, nope, it just seems like it's a big area.
The soul severed, separate, and new. Now to find the aforementioned secret glade. Yes.
Okay.
I know it's not a real world.
Okay, we get it. It's the same foresty area from the start, and same mist, hard to see stuff.
Random character.
That's a wolf. And that dude is so dead.
Oh, I don't think he walked that one off.
Oh, what? Wait, hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Wait a
Get a
second.
big doggy.
Okay, one, we're doing Princess Mononoke. Okay. Two, the art style absolutely contradicts the person.
Uh-huh.
You think she was saying it so loud that maybe you can hear her?
Oh man.
Maybe. I don't know, but why? We won't go into that. Okay, so now we can ride this wolf like Princess Mononoke. But the art style contrasts. There's probably a reason for this. But the thing is, okay, here's my thing with all this, and the reason why I'm going over it so much. Every time I see something that contrasts with everything around me, it pulls me out of the illusion that you're trying to portray. every time something else comes up like this, I get taken out of the world that I'm in. And I start losing the feel and the immersion of the game itself.
And that's when you
Calling
start
the
getting
wolf. Yeah, calling the wolf is fine. That doesn't break anything. It's just like when what it looks like contrasts to everything else I'm seeing, now all of a sudden it's not fitting. When I look at the UI compared to the stuff I'm seeing, it doesn't contrast. It contrasts with what I'm seeing in the game, and it's pulling me out. You are losing the illusion of the immersion of the game. To me, this is me in my opinion,
right,
of what is happening. That's my problem. The reason why I'm not liking the contrast here.
The dog doesn't look like he fits in. He looks cartoony.
Exactly. It feels like that was just what? Why? I like the idea of calling it. He rips them apart and tosses them aside. Cool. I like that part. That's fine. I have no problem with any of that. My problem is that I'm looking at it like, what? This doesn't fit with my character. Like, I don't. What is happening? Now I don't feel like it doesn't feel like it's connected. It's brought me out again. It's like I was in the illusion, and now I'm kicked back out. Like, okay, now I know I have forgotten that I'm playing a game. I should say this. I remember now that I'm playing some game, not forgotten.
Then you remember all the time. It's just.
We can ride a big wolf. All right. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that part. I just have a problem that it contrasts everything around it. It basically absolutely looks fake compared to the surrounding around it. That's my problem with it.
I mean, yeah, look at his
Not
back
the
leg.
idea behind it,
Collector
just
has landed.
what we're
Nah,
doing
look
here.
at his back paws.
Make your preparations.
Look bad.
I get that the game has a ways to go, but at the same time, if you're going to put it out here, I'm going to call it like I see it.
Yeah.
I'm tired
Which is
of
good.
going off of potential. Do you know how many things have potential and then they never do anything? I'm calling it like I see it. We're learning music. Somebody, I guess the game developer was like Ocarina of Time. Although you did notice that he missed the
Very
button.
rough cut.
Smart deer.
Very much so.
I'm sorry, that'd be a buck. My bad. Smart buck. Ooh. A remembrance of the past. So why is it that we go in the past like that and it doesn't look off? Jeez, that does not look right.
The
All this dust is
totem
annoying, man.
reveals. Here on
Ugh,
Wait, now you have a problem with the dust? Hold
I
on,
didn't
wait a
have
second.
problem with it.
Like, this is how I'm getting at. It's okay.
It's too hazy.
The-
It's getting annoying to
One
see.
of the only thing I could think of is a couple of things. One, maybe it's not all kind of finished out as detailed as they wanted, so they kind of put this in there to cover it up for the time being.
Like makeup. I definitely see that.
Okay, fine. I'm fine. Okay, fine. My thing is, if this is going to be perpetual, it's kind of getting annoying after a while.
Mm-hmm. I want to be able to see. Please. Like, there's so much glare. It's annoying.
There is a lot of
Everything looks
glare and so on and
smooth.
so forth.
Smooth and fuzzy. It's annoying. It's so annoying.
It's fuzzy, and we're going through this world. Everything's fuzzy, even inside the temple and stuff, where you wouldn't think it'd be permeating through compared to the outside. In comparison,
And yet someone
But
just
it's
kicked up
just-
the like a whole lot of dust around.
it's just, yeah. Like I said, this is what we're. It's if this is the whole area and it's just this area, fine, okay, cool.
All right.
This
But
is most of the
just go ahead.
game. Yeah.
Convoy. Here.
Keep him down here.
So far, this feels like a very linear gameplay.
See what I'm saying?
Which it could be, it could not be like that, and we're just going straight through it for showing it off. Fine.
That's what I was saying. I think we have a whole path thing. I mean, they had a guy come out of nowhere, out of the woods to attack him, just that way they could show up.
The fabled glades of
Yeah,
Undering.
okay.
But
I'll give him
where
that.
are the voicing trees? The shimmering pictics? Have the old engines made it even here?
Ooh, that's a hit. Oh, got rolls. Got rolls. Wait, what? Can NPCs not block?
Not this one, apparently.
Okay, that was like a cross. Okay. Why didn't we just do that from the beginning?
I know.
We can kill people while they're on the ground, so there's like a down effect. Okay.
Can they please give them an effect where they're like wiggling on the ground trying to get up with their armors too heavy? It's an
He's punching
animation.
him. And now we call our sword back like a Jedi. Do we get to use arrows?
Yeah, he just
Look, I'm an archery nerd. Leave me alone. Some of my favorite characters is the Green Arrow and the Punisher when he's using a crossbow. Or not crossbow, a compound bow with explosives on the end of it. Rambo. Rambo's another one of my favorites.
This history's envoy, a mythical stag, the omen beast of the Dentrid people, Alka's children.
I'm trying to figure out the blocking system. We turn statues?
Some way of aligning the symbolic herd? See you any
a
magics
puzzle.
that might offer a clue?
I wonder how we.
Huh?
I want you to
solve
go
that.
Okay.
back. Hold on. I want you to go back. I want you to count how fast he gave away what it was. This part, I really didn't.
Okay.
Alka's children.
So as soon as he turns that stag, count.
Some way of aligning the symbolic
Like 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah. I got about
But
4 seconds
but let's
too.
just be honest here. He's already announcing pretty much what everyone's already assuming.
Right.
So I don't think he's really giving anything away.
Fair enough. I just find it more
But-
annoying
but-
that he had to say something.
Yes. Like, why can't we? But if we're going to go off that, like, how often is he coming in here to put his 2 cents in about anything going on in the world, or about where we're going, or about so on and so forth? It seems like he's just everywhere,
Always
constantly.
talking. That's
Which,
your
if this
main
is more of an
companion.
RPGist thing, I guess I don't know. Could be nitpicking.
Yeah.
herd? See you any magics that might offer a clue? Huh?
See any magics that could offer a clue? Okay, see now, that's probably a little much. But okay. Then again, this could be like the introductory tutorial part.
That's, I thought that for a while because a lot of the stuff is very like
It's too
calm,
easy.
simplistic. Everything's good.
You
It's just
have
one thing at a
foreseen
time.
what
Oh,
lies
it's too easily
beyond.
killed.
Worry.
Yep.
We might need to stay here
Yeah, it looks like it's getting harder
to
too, though.
document these invaluable histories.
Probably. I like his voice. I won't lie.
Oh no, the voice acting's fine. Like that's. I haven't had a problem with any of them so far. They seem to fit.
They really do.
Ow.
There. You're soon to be one of us. Just as you were,
I don't think the beer there is looking too hot.
That beer's fine. The buck is oh, there goes our sword.
packed with these wretched beasts. Fine.
We're dead.
Let your fates be intertwined.
Bird.
Snaps his fingers for the familiar. Got saved by a bird, people.
Not a bird. Go sweetie.
Call your sword. There you go. Do your Jedi mind trick.
Fail a dodge.
You defy us. No child sleeps cold that old.
That was one weird weapon.
The ode fire in every heart.
This guy feels like he doesn't play much.
Okay, for this-
demonstrating that one. He was demonstrating.
He stayed in that to show what would happen. Like, he could, I know he could figure it out.
Oh, easily did.
Okay, there's a block. Oh, he missed.
Ode brought abundance. Would you deprive us?
I've seen this game be a very controller heavy.
Well, it's just like any other Dark Souls kind of S game.
History needs you return. Famine? War? The ode have banished kings.
I'm trying to figure out if he's timing his blocks.
Oh!
This has got to be boss. I think
Okay.
this is the whole tutorial phase.
What are you doing?
That's a bird. Your soul is mine. Oh, we gotta play a song. Ah. What happens if we continue to fail it?
And you gotta keep going.
Can we just drop the child?
Or do you have to continuously do it until you get every single one and finish it?
I think there was more.
If that's the case,
Why?
then why is it in the game? It's like an arbitrary nonsense then at that point. Like if there's no consequences. There might be consequences. That's not saying there's not, but
I haven't seen it.
it's a nice touch. Um,
I think this fight is
Okay.
definitely just to
Very
be hyping. I
different
don't
type
think
of fight.
this
I
fight
like it.
is definitely meant to be Like this feels like an in-game boss fight. This feels like a final boss fight.
I kind of like the music. Kind of.
Imagine the child that shoots you in the face if you get home. Right,
sing me my lullaby.
No? Okay. What I have I don't. So we have this music going, right?
Yeah.
And then it's deafening the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's happening here? Are we fighting this? Are we playing a song?
We're making an anime.
I'm trying to figure out like what are we going for here?
Fighting it because that was supposed to be the thing, you were meant to fight, and then you changed her really quickly. And then now it's still wanting to kill you. So you still got.
Yeah, but my thing is, it's like, are we in a fight? Are we like actually? Is our life on the line, or what's happening here? Does it seems like?
I think this scene is just to hype up the game. I don't think it'll be there in the real, because the music seems over like too much, especially for it being like a really underwhelming boss fight. It's too much. So I think for sure that it's all just for show. But I still think this will be a fight in the game. I think this will be your first guy that you get.
The fight's okay. That's fine. But the thing is, the music is again. It's. I'm not understanding like what's happening here.
Oh, that stag is the little stag from the memory, right?
No. Yeah, we can assume that. But my thing is like what is the music telling me is what I'm asking.
I think that'll just probably be the same.
That'll
be a main theme is that the music kind of helps you bring them back. Helps you play something from their childhood.
Okay, for that part, but why are we in this part fighting the stag and it's like overplaying while we're in this, combat? This doesn't make me feel like the combat is anything.
And they wanted it to make it look a little more scenic so it could be. I guess
If you guys can't hear any of the sound effects, I can barely hear it as well. It's deafening. Yes, Mac.
Oh, he healed.
Did he? Yeah, he healed. Hey, listen.
He didn't even get the hit off. Like,
okay, no. And now this song immediately ends? Okay, this is what I'm getting at. I get the song is what we're playing, but at the same time, we're fighting it. So how can we be playing the song if we're fighting? If you want to get in that context. No, my thing is that I get playing the song for when we're with the woman part. Right. But now we're at the stag. And the song is still overplaying while we're in a combat where death is a eventuality for one of us. And yet we have this song overplaying and then immediately when the stag drops, then the music cuts. It just, for me, it doesn't fit. It's taking me out of whatever the fight is. Okay, you feel the song would work if there was 10-15 seconds of context before the stag arrived, like trying to save the stag's soul or at least its suffering. It doesn't match the combat with no context, like he's just there. It doesn't match the combat with the context. It's just... See, I guess I kind of get what they're trying to get at, but at the same time, you have this overbearing song, and you're in combat with this, and you can hear nothing. It's deafening.
I will say
It's different. Have you ever noticed even in animes when they have this, or other, other types of games where you have this big old cinematic, even while the song is playing, you can hear the clash of the blade. You can hear the roar of the beast as it's overbearing over the music, because you're still in this, even though the song is playing. And that it's like the sound effects got deafened so much that now I'm just got this song in my head that I'm starting to get annoyed by.
Yeah, I do gotta say I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum.
Oh yeah,
I really liked it. I think the fight is bad in placement position, but I like whenever like some fights, it just makes it. I would say like whenever if I was playing this, I would feel more entranced into it, because I kind of listen to music in some games, but if the music is just all that I can hear, then it just really helps me zone into the game, and I really like it.
If it's
So
like quieter, it'd probably be
opposite.
better.
I don't really care about the sound effects. I'm paying attention to trying to avoid getting hit by that, but
Yeah, in a game like this, I
it's
don't feel like sound effects is really necessary.
I think it's
Too
the
much.
song shouldn't have gone on the entire fight. I think towards the end or in half of the health is whenever it should have came in, and it should be like a final boss after a long quest or something like that.
Okay, what if I
off for it to be
what
like
if I reverse
proper
this?
quest?
What if I reverse this? So the song plays, and then we see the stag, and the music just cuts, and now we're staring at the stag, and it comes charging at you, and now we're in a fight. And then as we're fighting it, let's say it gets to about the half the health bar, then you slowly start hearing the music. And as the bar gets a little lower, the song gets more intense. And then as the bar gets a little higher, then it keeps raising and rising as it comes in there to give you more of an effect that, of what's happening.
It's building up to the end.
It's building up. And then when you hit the final blow, and then there's this cuts.
Yeah, see, that's way better.
Yeah.
But that's not what they did. They failed on both parts of that. They wanted to do that, but they didn't do it.
That's what I'm kind of getting at, is that it's just overbearing all the way through, rather than giving us, again, like what I know, like the effect they're trying to get. Because that's my thing.
Yeah, this boss doesn't really feel like a boss. It feels like another character right after a boss. So the previous boss is really overwhelming.
So, okay, if you're pretty sure it's Song of the Stag, so if the stag dies, it ends. Well, even if so, wouldn't it be the exact same thing? It's like, if this is Song of the Stag, wouldn't it rising up as the fight goes along, as he takes more and more damage, is almost like a cry?
Like, it's almost unnoticeable.
What's happening?
It just gets your heart racing. Like, you don't even notice it. Like, you just in the zone.
Pumping.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I get at. It's like when it's overbearing the entire time, it just kind of seems like it's portraying from the last part. Whereas if it suddenly died off when you started fighting, and then it started rising back up, you would start, at a certain point, you would hear the music, and it'd start kind of be like, okay. And it starts getting to this point where then, like, even the sound effects and your blade is starting to deafening, and it's just the sound of the music coming through there as the fight goes on. It suddenly has more meaning of like what's happening in this fight, even though you don't quite understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if it's just playing over it, it's just another song that's just okay. That's kind of my thought on it. I think it'd be better if it was more rising again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is when he heals. Well, you can see something's pierced it, right?
Yeah. Like with 39.
Could you imagine redoing that lost and not gonna that song.
Say that louder.
Hold on. Right here. That was some bad water effects, man.
Okay, I'm not too worried about effects on that part, guys.
I kind of like how you don't become buddy-buddy with the thing you just killed. Let's see.
I am damned. Eternal. Garen.
Fuck has a name.
Thank you.
You're just still sitting in the water.
I'll talk about that in a second here. And finally, after so long. Oh, no, hang on.
You. I do not know you.
It talks.
You look like the
Yeah.
plagues who skinned my lovers, who brined my rivers, who smeared their metal bowels on every wind. Yet you bear the ancient scent of kin. Can it be you are an envoy the Empress spoke of? Yes? Yes. I am Garen Rood, stag of the Anduin Glades, omen ward of the Dendrid herds. Envoy, I offer you the grace of my crown.
Okay, we're getting the crown
Wait.
from the big O stag.
But
Okay,
he has
think
two
it's-
antlers. What?
oh, bird.
I think that was the tutorial to the game. That's why I feel it's a tutorial. I think that's your first pack that you make.
Okay. You go, because the stag came out after the song was played, and the song played the entire time the stag was alive, so it has to be linked to the stag's health. All right. Here's my thing when it comes to the music. First, the thing is that we have the music start and it's going on. The problem is the music continues so long.
Yeah.
And then it continues on further, and then the stag dies and it kind of races back up again. The thing is that they're not giving your ears a break. There's not a break anywhere.
So you kind of become tone deaf to it and kind of forget it's there, which ruins it because that's not what you want.
Once, but I have a feeling they're not going to do it once. They're going to do it like almost every time.
Mm-hmm.
Because why would you put in a system for something about music unless it's going to be continuously used?
I don't know if the song is going to be sang every time.
No, it's
really
probably
hope
going to be
not.
something different.
No, for sure.
Something louder.
for every, it could be different from every boss, so on and so forth. But what I'm saying is there's going to be different ones, and you're going to have to play it. And it sounds like if they're going to use this as a representative, that means every time you fight a second part of the boss or anything like that, or even the start of a boss or some other part of it, you're going to have the music overplaying the entire time, no matter what it is. That's why I was saying, yes, it's nice that it has here, but when there's two separate entities here, if you give your ears a break on one part, where when the stag shows up, it immediately cuts because it gives you back into the sense of, okay, you're still in brutal combat. There is danger. And then if the same music started ramping back up again, all of a sudden that same emotion, that same adrenaline starts ramping back up with it. To the part where the fight has been going on so long that even in the midst of it, you're starting to forget the sound effects of your blade and you're just concentrating on what's happening. Like Ocarina of Time Souls. Yeah, it's just, that's my thing. Again, it's not that the song is bad, it's just how they're portraying it. And it just kind of, for me, it just kind of breaks it because it's not.
It sounds like too much.
It's like they're trying to make it's almost like they're trying to make an interactive cinematic, but it's just like, why? Then just have a cinematic.
They have it over.
It's like they're trying to. It's like it's again like what I was talking about. It's like they're trying to combine these two different things and combine these two different things and these things, and it's just like somebody needs to make a decision on which way we're going. Not trying to like we're just going to use it all at once.
It'll work.
From what I have seen here, I personally, I didn't find anything too impressive. That's personally. Now you guys can feel different, which that's fine. That's what we're going for here. But for me, and from my own standpoint, I did not see anything that was just
groundbreaking, revolutionary, or really anything super unique in particular. Everything did look pretty, straightforward. I wish they did more combat, and I wish the guy didn't suck in melee. I swear, he used more abilities than anything else. I wanted him to fight with the swords, man.
I was more expecting to fly around, like jump around on walls and stuff, like the Warframe.
Oh, no, yeah, do more instead of being so solid to the ground.
Yeah,
I saw
that. Well, the reason why I played Warframe was that reason. That was
so it's not like you can't move; like, you're pretty fast.
That's not the point. Though.
I guess my other thing in that is, I like the idea behind some of the ancestors and the skills and these other types of armor, so on and so forth. They can do other things. Those ideas and concepts are fine. I like that. Now we're good. I have no problem with that. I think my thing is when it comes to certain aesthetics that's going on that they've showed so far, it didn't give me anything. I feel like you're trying to do something more Souls-like in a way when it comes to combat, but you're not even close to achieving that. And then if you're trying to do more RPG-ish, you have a sword that's just basically a projectile that seemed like it did a lot of damage.
A lot. It was one shot.
Why am I not just chunking it, bringing it back, chunking it again, bringing it back? Like, what's my consequences?
And they one shot that one big guy who busted through the door, had his like own cinematic mini.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't. Maybe that's only with that armor that you can do that.
Maybe you don't get that armor at that time.
Yeah, I think he was really leveled up because he had a lot of the stuff, and I think the stag was supposed to be your first, bond.
He may look
it could be. But my thing is, but I'm going over what I've seen.
Yeah, what he showed. It's all speculation otherwise.
I don't know. It just seemed like basic, others, you have a heal and there's a spell that's fiery, and then we have the fire guy that gave us fire sword, and then that went away. And I don't know if I missed something that was said. I don't think I did. Much wasn't explained, which bothers me, because we've had like Path of Exile, where it just seems like every single thing is explained in detail, and then give you examples.
Realize were explained.
Whereas here we got very little and so many different points.
He even said he'll stop talking after the hut thing.
I think the other thing is like about the UI, it's like I like the aesthetic in one way, and then another way I'm just like, well, why are we mixing and matching and throwing me off on one side into the other? Why are we not choosing one side or the other when it comes to your artistic, vision on this? The whole point of a game is to create an illusion that you're inside this world. And if anything breaks what you're seeing in some way, then you have broken the illusion, the sole cardinal sin of game making. So anytime something disrupts that and doesn't make you feel like you're in that world, then people are going to have this unexplained feeling as to why they don't feel the game is as good.
Yeah.
It's because the illusion keeps getting broken.
Probably why a lot of games suck.
Probably a lot of games suck.
I mean, it's the microtransactions.
So, yeah, think about that. So when it comes to MTXs and they shove it in your face somewhere at some point, it immediately breaks it, because now you're back to IRL.
Because you got to imagine, do I got enough money? Do I even want to pay for this? It shouldn't even be an option, man. There should as soon as you open the game, there should be like, should I pay for this?
That's an entirely different concept. Yeah. But we're coming just like, we're not even talking about that. We're just talking about like when the wolf came out, that
weird look he had, the constant smothering fog.
Well, but so the wolf comes out. I'm just looking at like, whoa, that it broke me, because I'm like, that doesn't look right. That doesn't fit into any of the random surroundings, and it's just
the next big thing you see is the stag.
Well, big thing, right? But then we have like motors and ancient things and a statue that was back in that world. But then we're riding on a wolf that looks like some animated 2D something.
Yeah.
That's what was kept breaking it for me. Again, like some of the gameplay and stuff looked fine, but it's just like you kept bringing me out of the game.
I think their whole issue with a lot of their stuff is the detail work, colors, and so on. I think it's just not really well put together when it comes to that. I think that's why. You know what? I think it's the reason why it's so bad on that kind of front is because I think it's the last step in their whole process. The detail work for the end, but this is what they showed off. Yeah. It should have been more in the detail. Well, if they're going to show it off, they need to show off what they're going to give. And well, no.
And then we went over the backstab and how that animation looked
rough.
Yeah,
it's a rough animation. It doesn't feel satisfying. It's just, and that's the end of it. No blood, no splatter, no screaming, no falling, no flailing, no extra. Just as efficient as physically possible, and that's the kill. Which is nice, but I mean, I want to see his head fly.
And I still couldn't figure out the blocking. Can you just block and you automatically get a safe counterattack, or do you actually have to time it?
It looked like you had to time it, but
it didn't look like that.
Does it? Because with those other NPCs, it just seemed like he was just holding it the entire time, and then he just blocking.
Yeah, when
it seemed like he just kept backing up, and then just like whenever they did one move that kept them from doing any attack for the next 20 seconds, he would run up, hit him once, run back.
So I couldn't figure that out.
That's
another thing that kind of bothers me. Like, are we just going to have a permanent block attack like that? That doesn't seem. I feel like it has to be more than that, just by more of assumption. I think it has to be more than that, but I didn't feel like it was detailed. The only time I saw it was in the boss fight. Now that seemed like he was actually having to time it a little bit.
Yeah,
but I couldn't tell when it came to the regular just creatures out in the world whether or not there was a difference.
I gotta say,
again,
I kind of don't hope that the UI is like that. I hope there's a mini map at least somewhere.
You think there's going to be a mini map?
Mini map, a map, something just like
there might be.
There has to be. If there's not, then oof.
There might be a map. I don't think it's gonna be a mini map.
I wouldn't mind the mini map. Like no mini map, nah, I can work with that. I don't really mind that. But like if there is no map and no compass and no points, that's really annoying. I can't say it's bad, but it's annoying.
So far from what I gathered, it just seemed like they're throwing a bunch of stuff in there from other games.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, it seemed like they grabbed like,
again,
some of the stuff from other games and just put them together.
Again, can they make it all work and combine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there is a possibility. Possible. But it just seems like they're just taking some nice concepts from other, games that have already done it and trying to make it. I don't know. Right now I can't say it's great, and it's definitely not bad. I'm not going that route. It's not like the exact opposite. I'm just kind of
giving them an opinion.
I'll lean over the fence to it could be good, but we got to work on a few things.
For sure.
I think that's how I summarize it.
The game looks. I think if they take away the throwing your sword and then retracting it, I think retracting it's the biggest thing. Throwing your sword, throw it all you want, but I feel like you should have to go get it. Or like have it to where you can't just throw it and then get it, or make it to where it doesn't do damage, but it concusses because it's a sword, and they have armor. So,
if it gets reflected off, you can't pull it back. There's like a penalty.
Yeah, so if they block it in some
for
way.
So long, yeah.
It has. Oh my god! If it lands, how about that? If it lands at all, you can't retract it. It has to be still midair.
If it lands, I don't know. You never shown one of those. You can just go pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
That was one of those things.
If you can't go pick it up, I won't. If you can't go pick it up, I kind of don't like that. I'd rather it's maybe I won't use it constantly, but I'd like to have the option in case there's a scenario where I would just run by, pick it up instead of being right next to it and summoning it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just
maybe it's the same button and it's a certain distance from it. Maybe the animation will
play could be it.
Close enough.
But again, we had no explanations, and we're having to assume all of this.
It's all guesswork. We're doing the work for them, so they could just grab the ideas and then just paste them on. You're welcome.
So I think overall, this looks like a game that still has a lot of time that needs a development cycle, which I do believe it is. So it's exactly what it looks like.
So it's on par.
It has promise and potential, but you know how many games I've seen promise and potential, and then everyone's forgotten about them.